Hi everybody, this is Cheryl, and for this week's prepping video, I wanted to actually do a VR for Corsair Trainers. I will leave the link to his channel in my description box. He is a really good channel, but if nothing else, go check him out, subscribe to him, but if nothing else, go check out this VR that I'm doing for his video series he did. This video series is a tabletop exercise for an EMP attack, and it's over a period of 4 days. And the thing I liked about this video series was that it really showed you where you were lacking and what you needed to do to improve your situation. Now I wanted to let you know a couple of things before I actually get into responding to the videos. The trailer park I live in is like on the outskirts. It's like on the edge of town. We're inside the city limits, but it's on the outer edge of the town. We live quite a ways out. So it's about a two miles from the the main part of the town. And then it's even farther to where the other stores and stuff are. Chris lives about 2 miles from us, but he has to walk just like we do. So for anything to happen quickly with us, it's not going to happen. Those are important things to remember as I'm doing this VR. The trailer park I actually live in is not a good neighborhood. We actually had a change of landlords a little over a year ago, and since that changeover, our neighborhood has really gone downhill. The people that live here now, they will stay for a few months and then they move out. It's hard to get to know neighbors when they're moving in and out like that, but also the ones that are here really keep to themselves, and it's hard to get to know neighbors when they don't, when they don't want to get to know you and they just keep to themselves. So that plays a big effect in this video, and also the fact that I don't trust a lot of them. Majority of them I wouldn't trust. So having said that, that plays a big part in this video response. Okay, so basically what he did was he did a tabletop exercise for an EMP and covered the first 4 days of the attack. He started out his videos with it started May 17th at 9:35 a.m. and he basically takes you through the 4 days. This is what I did, this is what I was going to do, this is why I did this, and a lot of explanation of what he would do, having you to reflect on what would you be doing. This is what I would be doing, what would you be doing? Throughout the videos, he did have integrity checks, which I think the integrity checks are very important. We should be doing that anyway, but a lot of us don't. And so this was an eye-opener for me in areas I had not considered before. So for that part alone, I learned a lot of valuable information. Okay, so let's get started. Like I said, it starts May 17th at 9:35 a.m. The first thing he asked you is, the EMP has struck. What were you doing at that moment? Well, that was on a Friday morning. The twins have graduated from school. none of us have jobs right now, so it was just a normal do what you have to do day, you know, for us, just an average day, because it was 9:30 in the morning. Most likely the twins were still asleep. I was probably having my morning coffee, watching YouTube. And so then he asked, okay, what did you do in the first 5 minutes? Well, the first 5 minutes, I would probably be checking phones, checking the lights, the circuit breakers, maybe seeing if some of my neighbors were out, see if I could get information from them, see if there was a power outage or something like that. I'd probably wake up Angel. Okay, so then he asked for your first integrity check, which was, how much gas do you have in your car? We don't have a car, so I couldn't do the check. So I got to watch some pretty scenery and wait for the others to do what they need to do. So then he explained what he would be doing in that first 8 hours. And I won't go into detail about that. Go watch the video. What we would be doing is basically making sure our stuff was in order, making sure that our food and water and whatever gear we needed, that everything was in order, ready to go. You know, we'd probably be cooking food out of the refrigerator so it wouldn't spoil. You know, collecting water that in whatever containers we could get. Basically just waiting it out to see what would happen. At this point, we probably wouldn't have any information. So we'd just be waiting to see if the power was going to be coming back on. Maybe, you know, nap or whatever, just to pass the time. At this point in the video, Chris does not come into play in it because he is 2 miles away. He would have to walk. He does work night shift, and being a Friday, he would have to work, so he probably wouldn't even know that anything has happened yet until the afternoon. He'd find out. He'd probably try to go to work, see if anybody was there, check on his friends, and then if he felt like it was necessary, he would come to us or head towards us. But that's about it. Okay, so then it goes into the second video. Now, the first video kind of takes you through the first 8 hours and kind of leads you into what you'd be doing that first night. The second video starts up at 7 a.m. on the next day, the Saturday morning. And it's not been quite 24 hours. So we'd probably be up and maybe fix some food, you know, double check, make sure everything is okay. Just kind of see how things were going. If we get information, we would, but again, you know, there's not many people we'd be able to find out information from, given our location in our neighborhood. He did have some integrity checks. One was to check your power pack, generators, solar power, anything you use for lighting. As far as that went, we don't have any generators. We don't have any solar panels or nothing solar. Our flashlights checked out fine. The batteries, the candles, the matches, the lanterns, anything like that, all that checked out fine. He also asked us to check our toilet paper. Go watch the video and find out why. But I didn't do so good on that part of it. And still working on that part of it. But at some point in the videos, he did explain it, that at this point you're still going to probably have water from the tap, and you know, and so we would refill any water that had been used, or any of that. We may do some cooking, and maybe excuse me, maybe talk to some of the neighbors that I did trust, see what we could find out. He also issued a couple of personal integrity checks for me, and one of them was getting information and communication. We would not have had means of getting information. We would not have had means of communication. We've since rethought that and worked on that, but at that time, no, we would have not been able to get information without leaving our home and actually going somewhere and talking to somebody, and no means of communication. He also asked about our situational awareness. Now, my situational awareness is very good because of the neighborhood we live in. I am very, very aware of everything that's going around all the time. Like I said, the majority of my neighbors I do not trust, so I'm constantly watching and totally aware of everything that's going on around our trailer at all times. So my situational awareness is very, very high. So that part of it worked out okay. And again, you know, Chris being away from us, at this point we would start watching for him. But I'm going to work on the fact that he is not here, so at this point we're just watching for him and waiting for him, just spending our time, you know, passing the time waiting to see what's going to happen, and that's about it at this point. Now, I don't want these videos to be too awfully long, so I'm going to do a part 2, but one of the things that he mentioned in his videos is that, you know, he'd probably get together with his neighbors, do intelligent gathering. I don't see that happening in my neighborhood. The other thing he talked about was they would probably get together and have a neighborhood barbecue. Again, I don't see that happening with us. I see us more or less just sticking to ourselves and hunkering down and just waiting it out to see what was going to happen and waiting for Chris to arrive. Okay, so I'm going to end this one here, and I will go into video 3 in my next video. Thank you all for watching. Go check out Corsair Trainers. I will put the link in my description, and you all have a nice day. Bye.